Hello, I'm SquidofLove, welcome back with the latest Alpha 2.2 update. The Sabre is now fly ready in both Arena Commander and Crusader, and as you can see it is a very beautiful ship and definitely one I wanna fly and test its capabilities. Unfortunately, since I don't own one, I can't get easily access to the Sabre, and this is because it is not yet available in the electronic store for reading with reg. So the only option we have is to steal one. Luckily, I found one sitting alone without anyone guarding it outside Kovale's shipping hub, and this was the perfect opportunity to grab a Sabre and start doing some tests with it. First of all, the cockpit. I love the cockpit, I love the way it looks. It's not very different from other ships in the game, it's not unique, but it has some certain beautiful feeling being inside it. Let's go ahead and talk about the weapon of the Sabre. It has two size 2 budget repeaters CF-117 budget repeaters on a gimbal mount and two size 3 Panther repeaters on a fixed mount, and that means that it can be equipped with 4 size 3 weapons, and that makes the Sabre quite powerful. It also has 2 Aegis triple platforms with 3 missiles each, in total 6 missiles. Its speed in SCM mode can go up to 260 meters per second, and if we change into cruise mode we can go up to 760 meters per second. That means that the Sabre is quite fast and can engage and disengage quite easily. Obviously the next step will be to test its combat capabilities, see how good it is at fighting NPC or other players, so this is why we are gonna head over Communication Array 472 and try to find some NPC pirates to shoot at, or even other players if they are over there. Unfortunately, there weren't a lot of NPC around, there were some players in the area destroying them, but this is a nice opportunity to take a look at the weapons, fire at that poor pirate, and see how good is the Sabre against them. The main problem with this loadout is that it has 2 gimbal and 2 fixed weapons, and it will be difficult to fire with all 4 of them if you're not familiar with this vessel. So after the NPC was destroyed, it was time to try and initiate a fight with another player. After all fighting players, it's much more difficult and it gives you better understanding of the ship and its capabilities. Unfortunately, the players that were in the area didn't want to play with me, they only wanted to play with themselves and they kept running away to fight each other. A nice solution to the mixed loadout will be to replace the gimbal weapons for fixed weapons and have 4 fixed weapons, or do the opposite, replace the fixed weapons for gimbal weapons and have all 4 weapons. This will give you a much better handling of the vessel, this will give you a much better chance to hit your targets and destroy your opponents. So after trying a bit more to lure them into a fight and have a nice battle with each other, I decided it would be better to leave this area and go find players that will be willing to fire at me, have a nice battle and test these beautiful ship's capabilities, see how good it is. So I went to security port area where it is quite easy to find battles. There are a lot of players doing PvP, and what I hadn't realized at that moment was that the owner of the Sabre was following me in my Super Hornet trying to get his ship back. Quite funny incident. At this moment another player in a gladiator was trying to lure me into a fight, was trying to lure me into fighting, shooting at him first, and since that was what I was looking for, I eagerly accepted. And then we started our fight. As you can see, it's very easy to use the gimbal weapon of the Sabre, but it's quite hard to use all 4 of them. Like we said before, it is very hard to time it correctly and fire with all your 4 weapons. It requires precision to achieve that, but the best solution will be to lose 2 of the weapons and replace them with 2 that you are familiar with, that you can play with no problem. For fixed will be nice, for gimbal will be nice. Going out like this with the default loadout is not very optimal. But since we are testing the Sabre with the default loadout and we are trying to see its capabilities, I found that the best way to use this mixed loadout will be to use your gimbal weapons to keep the pressure on your target and waiting for the right moment to get close to it, and then you can use your Panther repeaters, which can deal a lot more damage than your Badger repeaters. This is the best strategy I came with this loadout, and it's not really that bad, but it will require a lot of practice. Edius finally lost control of its vessel. He must have blacked out, and I was ready to deliver the final hit, the final blow, but unfortunately Milo, the owner of the Sabre, must have logged out because, as you will see, we will find ourselves without any ship, just floating in space suddenly. Some people are just party poopers. Anyway, this was an excellent opportunity to test the Sabre. I would love to do more testing when I will have the opportunity to gain access to a Sabre. This was the Sabre, a stolen Sabre. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm SquidofLove, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.